Welcome out and about with Cactus on the outer limits of Renfrew County in the little hamlet of Deux-Rivières. The Ottawa River is low above the Ralston Dam, which is downstream. They let the water out every spring for some sort of flood control, although I feel like it just floods down where I live and it stays low here. Anyway, they bring it back up in a few more weeks, and hopefully it all levels out. I'm on my annual, let's call it spring travel time, me time. I did it last year, and this is where I started the video in Deux-Rivières. I headed out west to BC, down into Washington, Montana, Wyoming, all the way back. Great cross-country trip in both Canada and the US. And this time, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going west, and then I'm going north. I think I might end up in like Temiskaming Shores tonight. We'll see what happens there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go to the States. I'm a little concerned about the border. This trade war going on, it's been a little tense. It should be okay though. I really love going to the States. Lots of interesting things to see there, and I love the people. Okay. Well, we're going to do a little adventure that I've always wanted to do, and you got to get here at the right time of year when the water's down. These series of islands go across to where I did my very first video I put on YouTube. I'm kind of giving away where the location is. And there's old bridges. They took this bridge out, but the water's so low I can walk to that island. It's not really an island now, is it? And further on, there's another bridge. So we're just going to go explore that, maybe beachcomb some of the shore here, see if there's any old bottles or something like that. Any other treasures. And we're going to take our time, try not to be rushed. Then we're going to hit the road, start heading north and west. Stay tuned. Just seeing this. Old axe head. It's not double-sided, but just a neat little piece of history. Somebody probably dropped it back in the day and the wood rotted off. Yeah. So I wonder, before the dams on the Ottawa River, if this is more like what the real level of the water was. I think it's even lower than last year, because there's a lot of space to get across where the first bridge used to be. Let's go see. So again, that would have been the first bridge. They tore it out. I'm sure it was well rotten. The way this used to work is you could access the Quebec side by doing these 2 or 3 islands with the bridges, and the last one was too wide. They had a barge and a tugboat that would take people across. It was more so for the logging industry, to take trucks and their logs off to the mills. You can see where the water normally in the summer is. They let it out like this just at the end of winter, so it'd be all covered in ice. Now this is interesting. All these posts sticking out. Are they trees or are they piers for a dock? Well, I can see roots there. Well, they all look more like trees from what I can see from here. I thought maybe we're looking at an old pier or something. I doubt it. But that tells you, back in the very early 50s, maybe the end of the 40s, when they were starting to clear all the land along the shores to make the dams, that these are original trees that got cut. Big old bolts buried in the rocks. Oh yeah. Makes you wonder if they had something out here, a dock or something. Bell underground telephone cable. And an old bell box, all forgotten about. And it comes out in a big conduit until here. Where it's just the wire and a cut one. And it goes, I suppose, over there where the lumber camp is. Just put it right under the water. Now we hit some smooth rock, easier walking. And I can see the next island. Oh, there's the other bridge. Looks pretty rough. All wood with steel I-beams maybe. Let's go there. Nice example of a sunken log. Not very big, but they used to float logs down this river up until about 1990 or so, maybe a little later. And lots will get away, get waterlogged and sink, and there's probably thousands, if not millions of them still down there. Great big white pines with all the sap and everything sweated out of them. Makes great lumber, great heritage lumber for flooring and stuff. Look at this piece of work. Well, you're not driving a logging truck across this anymore. The I-beams look great. Still got paint on them. But the piers are rotten. Log rock cribs. Pretty cool. Well, we can maybe go to the other island. We'll see how it is up there. I don't think it's worth the risk going across this. I can't believe how bad it is. Time flies, I guess. I think they stopped using this bridge in the 90s. For sure they were using it in the 90s. But it's kaput. They'll probably never redo it again until they start logging this area of Quebec again. Anyway, we can get over there on the rocks. So, this rare opportunity every year, with the water low, let's do it. An old bottle, just what I was hoping for. Oh, it looks like Coke, which is fairly standard. Or Pepsi? I don't know, we'll have to go wash it off somewhere. Let's go over here. Alright, what do we got here? What do we got here? Is it a Coke? It's got no embossed writing on it. No Dominion diamond on it. Dominion bottling. Coca-Cola, yeah. So it would have had white print on it. That paint on print. And it's gone. Not worth anything. But hey, pretty neat, eh? I'm just happy to find a bottle. We're gonna put it up somewhere so somebody else can have a look at it. Let's put it on this high rock here and see if it survives. It's going to fall off and break. I don't want that. I need to find like a rare 1920s or 30s bottle. That's what I'm after. Okay. So we're going to keep going. That's the road there. We're going to pop up there and come back on the road. Here we go. This would have been for an old log boom or something. All the old squared white pine timbers. White, yellow, or red, whatever it may be. Big bolts. It's pretty rotten. That's old. You can see a lot of that stuff in the Ottawa River, its whole length. There's a big old original one that got away. Nice size piece of timber there. What a waste, eh? They never retrieved it. Okay, made it to the road and it curves around. The beavers have been partying. Look at how fresh that is. It's just like sweating all kinds of sap, birch sap. A plastic drum washed ashore there. Wow, this is pretty neat. The road's just grown right in. Okay, the road just ended in like a rocky roundabout, like these big boulders. So back where I got on there, it must veer off to the left somewhere because I'm on the right. Anyway, it ended and it should go to the other end of the island where they would hop on a barge. Boy, oh boy, it's a long way to go. I should be doing it. The opportunity's here, but I don't want to be here all day. I got something else interesting to show you. Maybe you can make it out in the water over there. Let's go take a look at that. More stumps, more logs, tiny logs. The ones that are sunk to the bottom or pop their heads up like dead heads, they call them. No stamps, eh? You know, this, before the dams, this would have been all part of the island with topsoil and trees, because you can see all the stumps. Just amazing. Like 75 years ago. Wow. There used to be rapids around here. They're all flooded out. Stubby beer bottle. Someday they'll be collectible. A little more so if they have labels. Okay, that's what I was trying to get to right there. Point of reference, the van is over here in the park. This is the causeway which cuts across this water. For the cow path, they like to call the Trans-Canada Highway of 17. It needs a lot of work. But I'm wondering, with the original waters being a lot lower than they are now, if that little bridge, it appears to be, was the old Highway 17. Or the railway. I don't think the railway, because the old railway runs over there, goes under the highway, back in the woods. I'll bet you that was either Highway 17 or a way to get to this island back in the day. Makes you wonder if there was a house back on this island. Or it was a boat launch. But I don't think so. Never knew it was there. Pretty neat. You can see like there's a stump out there by it. And all these stumps. So, yeah, it might have been just a little creaky part there maybe. Fascinating. I'd love to get to that. You could get to it from the other side maybe, it looks like. But not here. Too much water. I can't get across there. Well, mental note. Take a close look at that someday. The old highway was pretty primitive. It was small. You could see parts of it back in the woods off the now present highway. There's old concrete bridges. There's old narrow pavement that people still use for hunting or ATVing. There's some stretches of it still there. So we're gonna head back. There's the bridge way over there. I think I'll stick to the shore, see what I could see, and hit the road if we don't see nothing else. Getting away this morning was a challenge. A gorgeous girlfriend said, well, when are you leaving? I'm like, oh, I'll probably leave at 7, like when you go to work. And I lingered, drinking coffee, watching YouTube videos. And then I'm like, holy crap, I got a lot more to pack than I thought. So I frantically started packing up. I had to shuffle vehicles. I had to move the Nissan truck to get the Ford camper van out. Then I misplaced the keys for the Nissan, and I was spazzing out about that. I eventually found them in the camper van under a coat. Oh my God, sucks getting old. And then the old dog Joe took a piddle on the floor because I wasn't paying attention and didn't get him out. He's 15, it's gonna happen. Got to get him out a lot. Clean that up. I didn't have any time to play with the dogs, really. Young Fitz is 2. He likes to do anything, play frisbee, but that little bugger disappeared. I was putting air in the tires of the camper van and he vaporized. Now he doesn't leave the yard, but I was convinced he did, and I don't know. He wasn't coming. He might have just been sniffing around somewhere in my tenant next door, maybe in his little pop-up garage. I don't know. He wasn't coming. So I frantically text the girlfriend, and it's like, the dog's gone. And she's too busy at work. She didn't respond. God, I drove to the bush by her house, ran around all in there, calling him, driving around the neighborhood. I come back about 30 minutes later, and he's sitting on the front lawn. Little bugger. So yeah, chaotic morning. I think my blood pressure was through the roof by the time I left. So this is nice to do. Anyway, dogs are all safe and sound. I think they're going to miss me for the next 3 to 4 weeks. Let's get over there. The old mud out the boots. Yeah, well, that was fun. I told myself I was going to leave more time to do that and really explore, but I'm so eager to get going. Anyway, that was Deux-Rivières, the islands that go to the old logging camp. Let's get back on the road.